I have an interesting development to share with you guys on the Clips channel. The Clips channel I started last week, where I just started cutting out things of my streams and just putting them on a separate channel as clips. And so far, that experiment has been going quite alright. The reason I started that experiment is because basically I felt like, well, hey, I have this extra channel where I've been uploading all my streams to, which right now are already on YouTube already, so that feels like a kind of a duplicate channel. Let me go and add clips there, maybe that does something. And at the same time, it's also going to be a great push for me to keep uploading videos because basically that's where I upload daily right now. I upload a video every single day there because that's the channel where previously I would upload streams. I didn't really care what's going on there. It was just for my own personal use case. So right now, I can upload there every single day. It will be topics mostly about like the games we play or things that I find interesting. So maybe like gaming industry events, like the PS4 Pro or the PS5 Pro. I mean, that we're going to be talking about later on, but also like things with content creation and things that I just find interesting to talk about. I can throw it all on there. If you're watching that, if you're subscribed to that, you'll see a wide range of interesting topics, either off the time or things that you bring up in stream. I will talk about that, we'll throw it all together, and it will just be a fun place to have some fun discussions. And, you know, maybe it will also be a good channel for me. Maybe it will help me a little bit. Maybe it will not help me. We'll see. It was an experiment for me to start, and I felt that was going to be an interesting thing to undertake, because most of the time I craft my videos quite long. It takes me like a week or more to get my videos done, and yeah, within that time there's not much going on YouTube. So I've actually started my experiment, and I want to share with you the results of week 1. Alright, so here we have the results, or should I say the introduction to the results, because I want to give you a little bit of context before we look at the results, because, you know, some views are going to be great for big creators. Like 1 million views is probably like insanely good for me, but 1 million views for someone like Linus Tech Tips is just like an everyday video. So let's take a look at like what's normal for me. So if you take a look at my gaming channel right here, you can see that the latest couple of videos are kind of like a mix between if I do a video it does well, it's about 3,000 views, 2.5, or this one right here, the PS Vita video, did really well with 7,000 views. But then I also sometimes have that, you know, like I feel like my average view count is somewhere between 100 to 1,000, so you have like 800 views on Age of Empires. But sometimes, like, YouTube just feels like, fuck this video in particular. Like this one right here, where it's like, well, screw you right here with this Age of Empires 2 video. Yeah, this video, which is pretty much the exact same as this video right here, 800 views. Below that is also one with 800 views. Well, this one will only serve that to 30 people. And that will be it. So yeah, sometimes YouTube just doesn't really feel like sharing it. It's whatever, right? But that's kind of the standard where I'm at. These are videos that are rather well crafted. I take them from my stream sometimes, except for these ones. These I script in advance, I record separately. But these other ones I've taken from my streams, and I kind of try and craft them into videos where you wouldn't even know they're from a stream, and they're just fun to watch. So you have these things right here. Actually, the Black Myth Wukong one started off really badly as well and has been taken up. But if we go over to the main channel right now, this right here is a channel where I put in a lot more effort as well. This right here is only these scripted videos, as you can see right here. These are doing quite well for 4,000 views here, for like 800 views, 200. So again, it's between like 200 to 2,500 at most. Like if we get into the 2,000s, that's great. Like this right here was this video. Like this right here was a video that took me a lot of planning, 2 months of planning, like a lot of shots, a lot of preparation, and a bunch of travel to get ready. 2.7k views on this video, and I'm really proud of that, because that's a video which I think is very well made. It's really fun. If you haven't seen it, it's like a cycling special which I wanted to do for the country, which didn't go entirely to plan, but it is still quite fun to watch, and I think it's going to be interesting. Let me know what you think of it, because I would like to do something more like this maybe in the future. Take what I've learned from this to apply that into future videos. And yeah, then we also have something like this, which does quite well. And then sometimes YouTube is like, yeah, you know, this overtime, 50 views, we're just going to serve that to 50 people. I'm like, oh, well, whatever, right? So it's between like 50 to 1,000 at best. So if it does below 100, I'm going to be a little bit sad. If it does over 1,000, I'm going to be rather happy. So if we go right here then to our streams channel, knowing this, you can see why I didn't really care all that much about the streams channel, because basically the streams channel, as I said, for the longest time, wasn't really serving the content to anyone but me. But then over the last couple of months, it kind of did a little bit better. We get like 29 views, 60 views on these streams, which last time we talked about that, I was like, yeah, you know, there was some purpose into me putting these funds out online. However, now I've started doing clips. So let's take a look at the clips. These clips, by the way, are very easy for me to make. So if you look at them, it's like, oh man, you know, this is well edited. Like, go watch my other channels, because please, like, I put a lot of effort in them. Hearing that people think that these things are well edited, like, I really appreciate it, but this shit is easy. So my first clip on Warframe, like Warframe Lost the Plot, was 300 views, which is a good video. Then we had the AoE2 Nomad game where we just go over like the Daniela versus Kurt AoE game, 42 views. That's a pretty better than average video right here. Then we go up. We got Warframe gets me in copyright trouble, which it did. I had a little bit of an issue with Warframe using some songs. So what we see, 43 views. We had the little rant about streaming, 100 views. Like that would be a pretty decent video that I would spend a couple of days editing. Why I started making clips about 9 views, which is understandable. I just wanted to put it out there for anyone who would be shocked about like what's going on, what's happening here. But generally, I can also understand you're not really interested. Though then again, it's fun to see like a little bit of compilation because there's a whole bunch of streams from back in the day all together thrown in there. I've broken early game Black Myth Wukong, 23 views, just par for the course. But then we go up here. Just a random ass insert of a streamer controller. Like, what controller are you using? 900 views. If I spend a week making a video, I got that amount of views, I'd be like, bro, I did well. I did well. That was just a little rant for 4 minutes where we just looked at some controllers. Then we move on, you know, like our extreme summer temperatures in Europe. Oh, okay, that's all right, 34 views. Then we go to the Warframe event situation where basically I just kind of lament that, you know, Warframe events used to be great. Like we had a lot of changes in the world. 2.5 thousand views in one day. In one day. So, I don't know how this is going to develop, but what I'm just going to say is that I'm going to keep on this experiment. This is week 1. In week 1, we have gotten more views on this channel than in all the channels combined. And yeah, is this the content that I'm going to be proud of shipping everywhere? I don't know. Basically, for me, this content is very much so just out there for fun. I want to clip out some interesting parts of the stream because I like to talk about various different things on stream, which sometimes go about the game that we're playing. So I do want to like show little compilations of what we're doing with Black Myth Wukong or what we're doing with Warframe. So there's going to be a video coming up of me going through the Plains of the Wolves in Warframe, where we're just going to go for like the several segments within there if you want to upgrade a little bit. It's not going to be an entire playthrough, but it's like if you want to have some ideas like what that's like, we'll have that as well. We'll have separate Age of Empires 2 games on there. We'll have Age of Empires 2 casts on there, and we'll have like little fun topics like this where maybe talk a little bit of the industry stuff, or we'll talk about like some you know some news stuff, and they're just fun to talk about because now I can talk about people here on the here on stream. And then we can also talk about them with people in the comments. So I think they're good fun to just like post on there. I'm not going to be very, what's it going to be called? I'm not going to be very focused on what I'm going to make. I'm not going to be like have a very high standard of like, oh man, it's got to be about this news thing that's really interesting, or it's going to have to be about this thing that people really care about. It's just like, if I care about it or you guys care about it and you want to talk about it here in stream chat, I'm happy to like throw it into a clip, throw it into a video. And also, I'm not going to be editing them like crazy. This is going to be like a fun little thing, and then we're going to see how it's going to work out. But this is working out better than I expected, and yeah. So I kind of wanted to share that because that's been an interesting development, especially when it came for me as a content creator. And also, I wanted to share that with Xeno right here because last time we kind of talked about what good does it do to store your clips and store your videos and store your streams. Well, apparently, looking at these numbers, very.